What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking out the video. So for this one, I just want to talk about lethal difficulty and people not getting discouraged if they're having a lot of problems running in lethal. Now, anybody that's telling you that lethal is easy or this build is going to make lethal extremely easy and no problem to run, they're kidding themselves, and they're just like lying, because lethal is not easy. No matter what build you're running, even if you're the tactical, he has some of the strongest builds in the game. It doesn't make lethal a cakewalk for anybody, okay? Like, obviously, if anybody's taking all of their clips and then collaging them together, anybody could look like a god. And then if anybody is running 15 operations a day and then just picking out their best operation of the day and posting it, then of course it's going to look easy. I mean, lethal, even sometimes on lethal, you get better spawn rates to where that lethal run is just going to be easier than the other lethal runs. So you understand, like, you have to understand that lethal is just very hard. It's not easy for anybody. I don't really care what anybody else is saying. It's extremely difficult to get through on lethal, and it definitely, like I said, when you are randomly queuing in the groups, when you are running solo especially, this is not easy to run. So just do not get discouraged and think like, oh man, I just put this god tier build that everybody's saying is the most powerful in the game and I am still struggling on lethal. Because everybody is still struggling somewhat on lethal if they're playing in the parameters that I mentioned earlier. It is not easy, and it's just, your skill level over time is going to make it a little bit easier. Obviously, you're going to learn attack patterns and things like that. But I would say if you are struggling a lot in lethal and you're mostly just queuing in the games and you're dying before you're like even getting to like the second part of the operation, do not just continuously run lethal over and over and keep dying like that, because you're really gonna get discouraged with the game, and it's gonna make you not like the game. So I would suggest that you drop down to like substantial and you run a good amount of substantial runs. It'll give you a little more confidence. You're going to start learning attack patterns better and everything like that, and then switching back up to ruthless or lethal, and then trying out how you do after just some more practice in the game overall. Because you got anybody you're watching with videos as well, they're putting hundreds of hours in this game too. So like, a lot of people have a lot of time in the game compared to other people. So it's not really the builds. There are builds that are absolutely superior to other builds, but it is not all the build that is going to run you through and make lethal feel easy. It is going to be a lot of your skill cap that is also going to really help you along the way. And to learn, I would suggest learning in an environment to where you're not dying and not finishing operations, because it just doesn't feel good, like I said, with your confidence and just everything else like that. So don't feel bad if you have to drop down to substantial and fight in substantial. It's still, it's a pretty good difficulty, and things aren't like super easy or anything like that, so it is still teaching you a lot about the game overall. So just a quick video that I really wanted to make. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of people just kind of getting discouraged and thinking like they're not good enough at the game or something, but I'm really telling you, as I said earlier, if you're recording all of your clips, it's no problem for you to put a collage that's going to make you, make you look like a god. Or if you're running, 10 operations a day, you're going to have an operation that ends up just falling easier with your enemies that land on the map, to where you're going to look like, oh my gosh, this dude really ran through that so easy. None of these are really that easy, I'm telling you. So just be prepared. It is a struggle, and it is a struggle for everybody. And definitely for a solo player and somebody randomly queuing in, it becomes even tougher. So as I said, if you have to drop down in difficulty, just do it, because I think overall it will eventually help you out in the game, and then move up and just keep testing where you're at. After you try out substantial for a while, go up to ruthless and then see how you've improved, and then from there go up to lethal and things like that. So that's just how I recommend to do it, so you're really not fatiguing yourself and just getting too frustrated with the game, because frustration when it comes to games, that is what really can just make you not like a game at all anymore.